Everybody, my name is Ariel. I will present to you the subject for my final paper in the course. My subject is the 2008 Obama presidential campaign and the power of the social media. Basically, I will talk about how Obama used the social media in order to succeed in his campaign. In November 4th, 2008, Obama made history by becoming the first African-American president to win the election. He was competing against John McCain, the Republican nominee. After winning the elections, Obama became the 44th president of United States. For this election winning, there are many factors that contributed to his success. I would say that one of the factors is based on the team that Obama built. Obama was based in Chicago, Illinois. He was the government in Chicago, Illinois. And he succeeded in a very intelligent way, not only to raise money, but also to raise and gather more votes and more people on his behalf. I will start my presentation with some background and timeline. I will continue with the power of the new media. I will explain also what is new media, just to make sure that we're on the same page. I will continue with elaborating on how the former US President Barack Obama used the social media in his campaign in 2008, and why this campaign was so successful. And I will finish with the disadvantages of using social media as a political tool. So I'll start with some background. Obama was, before he got to the 2008 elections, was a US senator that representing Illinois from the years of 2005 to 2008. His largest public relations activity was actually made when he became a nominee for presidency in the United States. The Edelman Research Analysts, Edelman, it's a company that basically evaluates political campaigns, the biggest company in the world. And they say about Obama's campaign that he was converting everyday people into engaged and empowered volunteers, donors, and advocates through social networks, email advocacy, text messages, and online videos. And by doing so, he became so successful. So we need to understand first the time of period that we're talking about. In 2004 till 2006, the world has experienced for the first time social networks like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Everything was new, and this 2008 election campaign was the first campaign where social networks began being used in the campaign. In 2007, the first iPhone was emerged, basically the first smartphone was emerged. And by 2008, 3/4 of Americans used internet as their main source of news. So basically, if you look at the 2004 elections, nobody knew about social media. But in 2008 elections, everything was different. The new campaigners needed to understand this new medium and this new technology, and they needed to know how to use it on their behalf. You can also see in the slide that WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, all the other mediums only emerged after 2009 and were not available during the campaign of 2008. So the power of the new media. I will just give a short brief about what is new media. New media basically is any media form of a website, email, mobile phones, or any other streaming apps that related to internet as a form of communication. What new media did basically is democratizing the effect on society. The new media had a democratizing effect on society. Democratizing, basically, it's making something accessible to everyone. And with the internet emerging, the new media basically helped distribute power to people through their social and personal characteristics. It had transformed the way that basically we communicate with each other, the way we share information, and the way we consume media. So this is the definition for the new media. Now, in the 2008 presidential election, like I said, it was the first election where candidates used the internet and social media on large scale, and the traditional campaigners that typically focused on two things from their supporters that were votes and money, made it basically too, I would say, boring or too naive to think that those two properties are the only ones that they need. Obama understood it differently, and he added a third dimension to these campaigns, which was involvement and engagement. Basically, what Obama wanted to achieve is more involvement and engagement of the people rather than donations and votes. And by doing so, he gained a lot of recognition, at least at the first parts of his campaign. How he did it. So by the early age of the campaign, Obama's team collected 13 million email subscribers. And only by sending videos and text messages to those 13 million, Obama had succeeded to have a viral effect on those people. The idea that basically the idea that made Obama that what helped Obama achieve this success was that when you get an email or a text from a political nominate, so what you usually do is just pass it around, not even look at it, not even trying to understand what they say. But when you get an email from a family member or from a friend, then the picture changes because now it's a source of interest for you. And this is the direction that the Obama campaigners went to. They wanted to create some sort of a group of volunteers that are very committed to them, and by those group of volunteers to spread their videos and texts to the other people. They didn't want that the public will get first-hand communication from the politician. They want the public to get a second-hand communication by their relatives or friends. By doing so, the Obama campaigners succeeded on gathering $500 million, 500 million of donations. And basically, by putting the emphasis on local political concerns, this is what Obama did in those videos that he sent. He succeeded in engaging loyal supporters and spread the campaign to close communities. The people who worked for Obama, the campaigners, called Blue State Digital. It was a firm, or not exactly a firm, like sort of an NGO that Obama worked with, that basically managed his campaign through this medium, emails. And through the emails, he sent, like I said, videos and text messages. As you can see in this graph, basically there were 130 million voters in America who voted for either Obama or John McCain. And only by concentrating only on those 13 million out of the 130 million, Obama succeeded to basically spread the word. He focused on this tiny group of people that basically worked for him and did the job. What Obama focused was on gathering as much as volunteers as possible, as much as people who will donate their time and effort to help Obama. He didn't focus on votes or donations. Now, by doing a presidential campaign, political campaign, using the social media, of course, there is a lot of advantages, like I shared with you right now, but there are also disadvantages that are basically very visible. Also, Yaniv talked with us in the classes about those disadvantages, and I will just share with you the disadvantages that can be happening while using social media as a tool for political campaigns. The first thing that I'm concerned about is that there is a lot of misinformation and propaganda that's spread on social media. And that is why it is difficult for users to know what is right and what is wrong, because the volume of information is so big that you don't necessarily have the time to estimate what's real and what's not. The second disadvantage is that people see only what the correspondence of what touches their own opinion. And what happened is that those media sources like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they show you only images that you want to see. And when this happens, you neglect the ability to challenge your own opinion and to challenge your own views. And when it happens, you get only the positive, or in your eyes, the positive things that you want to see, and nobody can challenge your views, and you yourself cannot criticize yourself because you're always getting this information that you basically want to see. All right. Those were the reasons for the success of the Obama 2008 campaign. I really hope that you understood and took something from this presentation for yourself. And I thank you very much, and have continue good holidays. Bye-bye.